enjoy. Today, we have the chance to witness the start of a new restaurant from 0 to 1. You will be able to see all the different preparation work, all the efforts they've made to give us the best dining experience. Are you ready?
Arbor is inspired by nature and serenity, and we imagine the venue as a cozy and luxurious escape from the city. Living in one of the most densely populated cities in the world, people in Hong Kong are in the hustle and bustle of the city every day, especially those who are working in Central. Our aim is to provide an immersive environment where guests can rest, relax, and feel at home, while enjoying seasonal cuisine based on freshest ingredients flowing from around the world.
I like the color of wine. I like wine color. I don't like to wine, but I like to drink wine. I like a fine wine, but I'm not a connoisseur like the owners of Arbor, Michelle and Chris, who enjoying wine drinking with them. We have the finest wines. I do like a Cabernet Sauvignon, a Pinot Noir, a Cabernet Franc, and a blend once in a while. And I know a good one from a bad one, but don't ask me any more about wine, because I don't want to wine.
The new restaurant is designed by Glenn Persberg, the founder of a renowned internal design firm in the world who loves wine. Regards to the new restaurant, his biggest mission is to create a comfortable fine dining space to the customer, from the environment to every smallest detail they will encounter.
You know, people ask us what makes our projects unique and what makes this restaurant unique. And for us, it's really designing everything. And that's what makes it special. From the handles on the doors, to the chairs, to the plates, of course, to the entire environment, to the light fixtures, etc. And it's all of those parts working together that make you feel, give you an emotion, make you feel special, make you feel I'm in a very comfortable place, a warm place, an inviting place, a place that's going to make me happy. Specifically designed this as a series of rooms or spaces that you walk through rather than one big grand room, because we want to create cozy corners and conversations, and we want people to watch people moving, because the restaurant is all about the social scene. And so we think about what the restaurant needs to do as an environment. I had a dream. I had a dream that I was driving through the south of France, and I was near Lyon. And there's beautiful forests there, and we were driving through the forest and driving up to the top of a hill, and at the top of the hill was this beautiful old house, sitting with a view similar to this, actually. In this house lived two wonderful people, and they were kind of bohemian artists type of people. They loved to work with their hands. They loved the feel of things. They loved to bake bread. They loved to cook. She liked to paint. She was a painter. One day she decided she was going to paint her dining room, and she painted the forest on the dining room walls. It was all very beautiful, but they were simple people. They didn't like pretentious things. They didn't like overly embellished things. They just liked things to be natural. The thing that he liked to do, he liked to cook. They would invite their friends over, and they were great hosts and stuff, and their friends said to them, "Why don't you turn your house into a restaurant?" And they said, "Well, that's a grand idea," and that's what they did. And they took the parlor and they painted it this beautiful clay color. It was this beautiful arched room, and he put all the wine in the room in his cabinet. And they took the big living room, and she put up her old mirrors, and she found some beautiful decorative light fixtures that she put on the wall that she found old ones. And then the dining room, of course, had the paintings in it. And, you know, that's really the story of Arbor, this restaurant.
The process from concept to reality draws me the most. From first discussion with our interior designer Yabu Pushper to our opening, every detail is created from scratch.
A good design can tell the customers a story. But even the best designer will face some challenges and difficulties, since every restaurant is unique and has its character.
What the hardest part to think about for us was that how to make a restaurant that feels French without being literal and just doing some pastiche of what you would expect in Paris or some other part of France, but doing something that actually feels like it belongs in France, but it's in Hong Kong. And I think that makes it modern, and it gives it a point of view, and it works for people that's important to them, and people that it's less important to. We have a term for what we think the new luxury is today. Luxury is not, it used to be about like putting a lot of excessive things around and showing how much money you had and stuff. But today I think people that are sophisticated, they like to travel, they see the world, they want things simply. And we call this high humble, which means using very simple materials like plaster or wood or clay, but using them in innovative and smart ways, and that's what we call high humble. And I think it's a much more, if you feel secure about who you are and how you want to live, you don't need the trappings of obvious luxury. You're a much more informed and sensitive person. And that's what we call high humble. We're in the urban jungle, and people say, why the name arbor? Arbor, which means forest. But we actually back onto a forest here. And arbor is about natural materials, so we put beautiful wood floors in, and we put a beautiful wood ceiling in, which we patina on it, so it's like a driftwood color. And we use a lot of wood because it has warmth, and it has integrity to it, and it has gravitas. And the other playful thing we did in the dining rooms off to the side, the private dining rooms, we went to a handmade wallpaper company in Paris, and the scene of the wallpaper is this forest, this arbor. So arbor is very important to us. And then the last thing that's important is the show plate. We had handmade, and they're in a kind of chocolatey brown color, and the stamp of the arbor, the name arbor, is on the plate, which makes it super special.
對啊，追翻啱嘅，咁 OK 啊。戒就係戒呢條啫喎。但係你要聽翻我隔離嗰條，咁你我懷疑冇添㗎，OK。嗱，嗰個吉嘅位就係你個人發聲嘅，冇所謂㗎，冇所謂，搭上搭落一樣嘅就。
More satisfied. Well, the design is not quite finished. I think the room that I'm going to be the happiest in is going to be, I hate to say this, but the bar, because the bar is kind of the center part of the room, and it's a cozy part of the room. It's going to be the warmest space because it has this clay color, so all of the light bouncing off will come under your face, so I'll actually look good for a change. And of course, a lovely glass of the client has a great wine cellar will be my favorite room. They're going to be the perfect place to watch people because it's in the middle.
So this is the design of the restaurant. As you can see, there are elements of the forest and the nature, which can represent the concept of the new restaurant. Also, only some simple decorations are used, but all of them are so exquisite, which gives us an elegant but comfortable place of dining.
My name is Nicolas Boutin. I'm a chef for about 30 years now. I start in France, then it will definitely be something we want to keep it as I love, something clean with a natural flavor in a relaxing, comfortable atmosphere for busy people living in Hong Kong. So how many we can do here?
This one.
Okay, I think the beef is very nice, and we'll only put the glaze like I did the picture. Do you see the picture already now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I will leave them the rest, the asparagus. what we keep on each shelving. That will be kind of ongoing from now, from the next at least 1 month. The time we are on a more soft run before we open to public. So, like the fact to have again 1 month is a good time. We should be good, even better to start to make sure everything is, because again, as I say, it's not only about the good food, but we have to make sure from how they manage here, we have the consistency, and that's one of the most important one. And then of course service. Yesterday actually I was spending more time to be on expediting, but that's mean understand when the plate coming ready on the tray to go to the restaurant. That's a very important part as well. So then I spend more time on that, and then a few days I will more, since I step back a bit, to understand what we have to do from each station.
I feel really good about the kitchen. It's really tight, but it's still well designed, so we have the good place for everyone. Of course, we're still learning. Since yesterday, like we have long listed things. Daily we need to start the fire. I love to push my limits and push the team to make the best as possible then.
Things about this wine list is my conception of a wine list, balance. By balance, I mean like a wine, you need to have few factors and few ingredients that will be able to please most of the guests. And not only the wine connoisseur in a way. Naturally, we've got some amazing and quite rare wines on the wine list, which are going to be able to please the wine aficionados and the wine connoisseur. It's very important for me also to be able to have some wine which is a bit more approachable and easier to understand maybe at the beginning for the first-time visitor and I would say the first-time wine drinker. You make them understand that wine is not about knowledge, but it's about pleasure. And when you make them understand this, that will make some future wine aficionados actually, which is something very important for me to balance this kind of wines. From the more exceptional wine to the most affordable in every sense. Balance also means for me wine which is not made only for sommelier, not too deep in terms of characteristic for all of them. You need to have some wine from different countries but also different tastes. I won't get some wine that only please my palate. My palate is not a universal palate. So it's important for me to be able to face any guest. And from that information that he will give me for his palate, I will be able to come out with the wine that will please him from the wine list. The wine cellar of Arbor, which is actually a combination of three companies in Merfort. The designer, YP, which is an American designer, also in collaboration with Sensis, who specialized in design of wine cellar, and also the collaboration of ourselves, which is in a way to fit our demand. Definitely made in a very specific wood,
to be able to do not affect the wine, and also to optimize the space. And in here we are able to fit over 1,700 bottles with these two rooms, basically very specific room in here with very specific bottles, and here will be also very good wines.
So actually, when we started to make the wine list, we wanted to reach the maximum of people that's coming from the connoisseur or to the novice. We're actually a wine list with some of the rarest wine coming from the most chateaux from anywhere in the world, but at the same time, we want to find some of the best wines from the smaller appellations and smaller areas. We really want to highlight the potential of some of the best winemakers, but at the same time, the potential of the new upcoming winemakers. So right now, our wine list is around 600 labels, and it's very important that we have a selection mainly with French wine, but at the same time, we do add a few different countries like.
If we're going to Burgundy, which is going to be quite a large amount of our wine list, this is the Clos Vougeot from Domaine de la Vougerie, one of the best Grand Crus that you can find in Burgundy. So Burgundy will be definitely a good orientation on our wine list. I'm a big fan of it, and most of our guests love it too. If we're going to another chateau in Bordeaux that I really like, it's a Pomerol on Vieux Château Certan. Very nice winemaker, very nice chateau, very consistent year to year. Something that I really love too. So that will be basically our two main focus for the wine list, but naturally we will have other region of France and also other country. As a Barolo from Elio Grasso, one of the first winemaker on the appellation who's got the best plot on Barolo. Also a winemaker that I love so much and which is very well reputed. So obviously nice way to go for also. So that will be definitely full of great wines in here, and hope we can fulfill the requirement of our guests. I rarely feel pressure from others in a way that as long as you meet and you serve different kind of guests, from friends to family to even some politics person, you gain some confidence with yourself and your own service. But I do allow myself to do not get this pressure from others because I give pressure to myself. Anytime that I do a service or any action I do or even conversation I have with others, I always analyze it and think about how can I make it better for the next time that this situation happened to me. So this is a way to live, and in a way it's how you can try to get better and how you enhance your way to be.
Food and wine should complement each other and elevate the dining experience. Our world-class wine cellar and team of professional sommeliers bring out the best in our cuisine, inspiring and unforgettable experience for our guests.
So we are focusing our wine pairing to match very well the food, but at the same time to enhance the taste of the ingredients. The culinary team for Arbor worked very hard on the new menu. And what we are trying to do is actually to choose some wine to really match it properly and to having really something on the same sort of line. Especially when the chef is using a little bit more of ingredient to bring up the acidity. What we are trying to find in terms of wines, it's to have a wine with definitely not more refreshing, but at the same time we have something more developed and more rounded.
Of course, yeah, we always try to match each other and think about the food or the wine and the food for sure. Actually, it's all about experience and knowledge of the palate. Always respect guest choice, of course, of the wine and their preference. That's important, especially in Hong Kong. Can use some ingredients but change the cooking method in seasoning to match the wine. An example is even the fish, for example, can be matched perfectly with some red wine, especially Burgundy.
The food is ready and the wine is ready, so Sebastian and Nicolas now can taste the wine and food together and see if the food pairing of the wine are good enough. 3 dishes will be tasted. Let's see what is their opinion of the food pairing.
Alors, we have, for start, like a bite with uni and yuzu as well to give the kick. We have this acidity. Probably have some white wine, but definitely champagne would be nice as well.
Yeah, that could be nice, yeah. First one is a Sauvignon Blanc from the Loire Valley. Yeah, that's the acidity that we need, yes. Yeah, that's good.
Interesting, like the fact it's a bit more soft.
Yeah, that's definitely not the way to go for it. I mean, the Sauvignon Blanc, as you mentioned, gives a nice acidity to it and a nice matching without being overpowering.
Here we have, let me put it there, so
sure.
Beautiful tomato, sweet, not acidity on it. We have a consommé of tomato and a little bit of olive oil.
So kombu, basically, it's
a seaweed.
Seaweeds coming from Japan, I believe.
Ah, this one comes from Japan. You can find not only in Japan. Huh?
So this is Chardonnay, still from Burgundy, but without any oak. So let's give it a try. That should be quite interesting. I will get a bit more. Yeah, that's better actually. You still have the roundness of the Chardonnay, but without the bitterness which is bring by the oak.
Okay.
So.
I'm not sure it's the perfect match, but you definitely try to match as much as possible. Especially like the wine can take the cuisine to the next level, that for sure. The food can also lift the wine to the greatest A. Then like a loving relationship, they can bring out the best of each other.
Maintaining a high degree of consistency is the most challenging part of the F&B industry, especially if the restaurant is aiming for the highest standard in food and service. To provide top-notch hospitality for every single guest, we have to ensure the whole team is on the same page with a detail-oriented mindset and a passion for creating unforgettable experiences.
For me, the best dining experience is a perfect combination of cuisine, service, and atmosphere. And I think it is very important to make the guests to feel like they're at home when they are dining with us. And when they return, we need to recognize them and also remember their personal preferences. Like if they have any allergies, special dietary restriction or preferences for the wine, and many other little details. And I think it's all about mastering small details through your professionalism and passion. Well, actually, Arbor is like a natural forest with a sense of harmony, and it's a relaxing and joyful experience for our guests. Here, I think you'll find some top quality seasonal ingredients and exceptional wine selection from our cellar. I truly believe that will become one of the best places in town for the top class dining experience. The new team at Arbor is a very solid team because most of the service staff, they used to work in luxury hotels and fine dining restaurants. I set up some standards and service sequence based on my past experience in the fine dining industry, and I think it can help them to deliver an elite service and hospitality for our guests.
呢度你對咗台燈㗎喎，
而家咪你一喐我就喐㗎啦要。
係啊，但係嗱你褪多少少其實冇意思啊！呢度如果佢一擺4位，或者依邊擺3位，你都逼住。唔係，但係 I mean 如果咁樣兩個雜角加呢度咁樣打橫擺，你覺得 O 唔 OK 啊 ？OK 啊。
但係我
咁但係呢個咧，你試下坐喺度。睇下可唔可以再拉過少少？係啊，即係兩個都望到個景咁樣。
It is the day all the hard work comes with a reward. A simple but grand party marks the opening of the restaurant. And many celebrities come to witness the start of this new restaurant and also a new adventure.
Wow, I've been here for 45 minutes and I'm blown away by the decor and the style, and what I like also is that, and I think that has set the bar in terms of the quality of the food, but also the wine service is second to none. And already when we're setting up for dinner tonight, I don't have to worry at all.
Because it has a wonderful welcoming feel, it feels casual and yet chic and elegant, it's got beautiful views, and obviously we're anticipating some great food, and with Chris's magnificent wine list.
I always come to new restaurants, I always come with my family to try, and then also on top of this, my office is just next door, so it's perfect.
Today, I have the pleasure to have with me Mr. Bertie, the Consul General of France in Hong Kong. Thank you for being here with me today.
Good pleasure, thank you.
So, tell me, what do you think of this newly opened restaurant?
My first impression is very pleased. I'm quite amazed by the wonderful decoration for the French, and I think also for Hong Kong people. We attach a great importance to the colors, to the quiet mood. And it's really very both stylish and I would say rather pure, not too much stuff, and a great complement of colors. You know, the color match very well with the table, with the color of the walls, of the curtains. And it's a very warm mood. And I'm sure that food is also at the head of this wonderful decoration.
As a French, you must love wine. So let me ask you a little more personal question. What are your favorite wines?
I was born in Champagne, so of course Champagne is a wine that I like very much. I drink Champagne rather out during cocktails or in the beginning of the meals. I don't like too much Champagne during the meals, and then a good white Burgundy wine and red, either Bordeaux and Burgundy are wonderful.
I see.
And I'm sure that Philippe and Michel have selected a wonderful series of wines of France.
How does this represent the French culture? How does this restaurant show?
In fact, what I like here and what is very French is the fact it is not too many things, you know. You know, this kind of a painting on the walls remind me some wall painted in France in the 18th century, and where you had a company in the eastern part of France which made this kind of wall painted. It's something very original in Hong Kong, because it's the first time I see that, but it's very French in the idea, and the furniture also and all the tableware is very sober, and that's very good, something we appreciate a lot.
Indeed. I'm here with Marie-Christine. Thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you.
Please tell us, what do you think of this new restaurant?
First, this is my first time coming to this restaurant. So when I entered, it seems like it's somewhere out there. It's not in Hong Kong. It's the pink color. I love the pink. And with a high ceiling, with the arches, the details of the decoration. I think this can be a really romantic place. At the moment, I'm actually sitting here, and I think the sunset is going to happen very soon.
I am here now with Mr. Garin, the CEO of Le French Maid. Thank you for being here with me today.
My pleasure.
Tell me, what do you think of this new open restaurant?
A lot of attention to details, so you feel somehow welcomed immediately. But I also like the fact that you have a lot of natural light. You know, it's very up in the building, and you have almost 360 degrees of natural lighting. So the feeling is very warm and nice.
How a wine list is important to a newly open restaurant?
What's important is that it matches very well with what is served. It's good to have an impressive wine list, and for sure, Chris has developed one of the best in town. But what is important, and I think they picked it, is the sommelier, which can give you a recommendation so that you're sure that what you drink is actually matching very well the food. So the wine list is important when it's curated, you know, according to the dish.
Well, Monsieur Garin, thank you for sharing all this with us.
Thank you.
Santé.
Cheers. Santé.
Wine lovers love fine dining places because it can give them the best place and environment to taste their wine. And again, it's not easy to open a new restaurant because many efforts and inspiration are needed. So next time that you find a fine dining place, please do not hesitate to give a big thanks to all the people that contributed to it. This is it for the 4th season of Vino Veritas. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. My name is Alex Mack, and I'll see you again soon.